Welcome to channel AMAC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the little bell on the side, so once we will have all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Now today's video, it's gonna focus on GTI, Global Talent Independence. So if you're not familiar with this type of visa, it's the most prioritized visa category of the current Australian visa system. So you might want to check out what GTI is. I did have an introductory of what GTI visa is all about in this channel, and you can check that out. Now once you have known and understand what GTI is, today's topic is more specific into the sector of finance and fintech. The reason is that a lot of people thought, the target sector of finance, I'm in that sector, I've been in banking and finance for long enough, could I actually meet the GTI criteria? Well, it's a question mark, and in this video we'll have that answer for you. Okay, now let's first of all jump into the actual GTI web page, which is also the Global Talent Visa with subclass 858. Now the eligibility, I've already done a lot of video on this one. Basically that you need to meet the requirement that you are an international recognized in the technology sector. That's across all different sectors. Today we're talking about fintech and finance. So you can see the sector down here. It includes resources, agri-food, energy, health, defense, advanced manufacturing, circular economy, digitech, and today we're focusing on the finance sector. Now detailed information and how you can become how you will be eligible as a talent detail down here, and also there's the income threshold. You might want to check that out. Now today I'm gonna specifically talking about the financial services and fintech, which include the specialization of neobanking, payment system, wealth and regtech, and blockchain. Now obviously it's not just that. As long as you are involved in the technology sense long enough in the sector of finance, you'll be eligible. So let's have a look. Now first of all, it's not just for the finance people who are in the big finance sector. For example, as you can see the picture behind me, this is actually the Global Australia website. You might want to have a search. The web page is globalaustralia.gov.au, and it has a lot of information there in regards to global talent visa there. Now obviously the background picture is showing ASX stock exchange. Now if you're a trader long enough, do you meet that requirement? Probably not. You have to have relevant management and technical experiences in the technology sense that's been utilized in the finance sector. So by means a lot of people come to me that, I've been in stock exchange, I know all this kind of stuff for long enough, and I've been trading. I'm probably the top trader in this sector back in my countries. Would I meet this requirement? No, you're not. I've been a very successful finance person in a very big bank and provide financial advices for a long time. Would I meet this requirement? Probably not. You will need to be in the technology sense, but there's a cross section here. Now if you're in a senior position of that bank or that financial institution long enough and managing, implementing, integrating a lot of finance systems or fintech, obviously integrating system will involve technology, then you'll meet that requirement. Now at the second half of this video, we'll take you into some testimonies and see how you probably can meet this requirement. Now let's go through this web page. So as you can see, sophisticated deep liquid capital market makes Australia one of the major center, blah blah blah, basically saying that, look, if you're interested about finance and you got that kind of skill, come to Australia. Now There are a lot of information here. Basically, it's showing how the Australia is a country, a nation embracing a fintech future, and looks like they are looking for more, perhaps, opportunity on the blockchain purpose here. Now, there is Joseph Healy and David Horning, who is a Judo Bank co-founder. So it's a bank, a little bit of banking system, payment system there. They have invented. So Australia has a very strong economy, been built over generations by entrepreneurial spirit. Today is a migrant mindset, so they are looking for more of these migrants. Well, stop going to Singapore, come to Australia, do ICO. That's what they're trying to say here. So open business growing fast, and all this information. So they're talking about fintech Australia, blockchain Australia, insurtech. So that's insurance technology. How do you use technology to assess someone's insurance profile? RegTech is more about regulations. So how a different payment system across country have different regulations. How do you utilize technology to go abroad? And Rosetta Venture, Australian digital innovation on the rise. So you may want to click in these links to check that out as well. And there are more information about wealth and fintech opportunity. And it's all about so people can come across of these fields. Data security, obviously, a transaction required to be secure. Predictive analysis, so how the market's going. You can see there's a lot of artificial intelligence involved in the finance sector nowadays. So as you see, artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, natural language processing, how you could utilize technology to actually talk rather than having a real person trying to talk to another person. 5G, Internet of Things, cloud technology, blockchain. And Australia is a fintech friendly regulator. I'm not too sure if that's true or not, but I haven't, obviously Australian finance sector is very good, but I see a lot of people with blockchain ideas. Well, probably not coming to Australia at the initial, but certainly second or third stage, they always go to Australia as a big digital finance nation. Okay, so subsector opportunity. Let's go through what these actually meant. Okay, so neo-banking, what does it say? Australia's open banking regulation has opened up the market to host non-traditional banks. So not like the branches and doors and things, include neo-banks like judo banks, vault banks. There's a lot of these kind of bank utilized nowadays. Challenges successfully carving a niche by focusing on customer segments. There's also plenty of opportunity. So there's different kind of, it's all about payment system. What about exchange? The currency exchange that needs the technology in there as well. So you can see it's more about technology, technical stuff. But of course, if you look at Judo Bank, those fellow there, they are probably the senior management. They probably are not techie, but they have that idea. But obviously they have some sort of background in fintech as well. Now, payment system, that's what the other one I'm talking about in regards to like, for example, currency exchanges as well. So you can see here, let's read that out. Australia is a world leader adoption of digital payment. We dominate the buy now, pay later category, led by the global success of homegrown company Afterpay, NZip, and also a number of other world contactless payment. So there's a lot of platform, and that's air wallets and things like that. I think these are all the technology coming out. So if you wish you have that kind of experiences, probably this will be good for you. Wealth tech, that's about wealth management. So you see, this is all the big four, or the very large finance companies. They have these wealth tech to manage their clientele. For example, if you have a lot of money you want to invest, obviously you don't just invest into one thing. So you need some sort of technology showing a portal, probably a very timely portal reporting back to you every day, every week, every month about how the performance of your investment portfolio goes, and these portals require to be updated all the time. So these are what they are trying to explain here. And RegTech is, again, I've explained that before. So it's about compliance, regulatory, risk management, anti-money laundering. So there's probably a lot of artificial robotic work behind the scene to check things out, and also KYC. So I've utilized a lot of internet banking nowadays. They probably don't need a lot of manpower, but you can upload your ID, passport, and things like that with security, privacy secure, and they could verify you for some reason, and then done. Then you can open up a bank account without going to the branch. That's sort of the technology that they're talking about. Okay, now let's. It's actually very technical, rather than you are only a finance background person. You see what I mean? So let's check out some of the testimonials and the actual recent arrival by means they have successfully utilized their background and lodged GTI visa and got granted. So this page is actually very useful, serve as a sample of how these people have successfully lent themselves. So Victor, let's have a look Victor's background. So Victor was a venture capitalist again. Now, probably not a technical person, but he is a co-founder and CEO of Priority Tokens. But he understands the financial system background, and utilizing by implementing blockchain into the system and allow it into moving forward into Industry 4.0. So that's kind of people that we're talking about. So are you having those kind of background? Perhaps all your friends having those kind of background and looking into building a new system, having better way, and see he serves in Singapore, Hong Kong, London, and Victor recognizes Australia's tremendous potential FinTech blockchain sector, looking into a hub alongside with US, UK, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Switzerland. So this is the kind of people, probably not that techy, but he does have that knowledge, understanding, and background to merge the traditional finance sector with the technology, utilizing technology, and probably employ some of the program developers to input those codings, allowing system to be run through our software. So that's the kind of people that can meet this requirement. All right, let's move the other side. It's Atlanta FinTech. So let's close that so we don't get too cloudy here. Okay, now Canada. Now Atlanta is from Canada. Now she was a finance executive. See, senior position of a finance company could actually meet this requirement, because senior management also require to go through implementation and integration of systems. So when you integrate or implement a finance system, obviously nowadays you gotta involve some kind of technology in there. So experience helping technology company execute their growth strategies, looking for fostering growth of Australian technology company. So she had helped the technology company to utilize FinTech. Probably, I think it's more in the sense of the payment system, perhaps. Work closely with the executive team on pricing and go-to-market strategy, overseeing capital flow, financial aspect of the organization. So again, this is just serving a sample, because a successful GTI candidate here can actually serve as a sample for you as well. Now let's move down. Let's start with, okay, now Niru. Okay, Niru's FinTech. So co-founder, director, again, senior management of finance business of how do I say this, Infobin Avenue, a listed Indian multinational technology company with a global presence offering digital payment. Again, okay, digital payment, obviously she is that senior level, helping the company integrating or implementing the payment system. Now she obviously has a lot of experience in that one, and got her GTI there. Now moving into the right hand side, let's close that one. So Nitin Yadav from India as well, co-founder of CTO Infotech in Melbourne. So he has been in Melbourne for quite a long time, bring Australia experience, a startup in India, cross cloud tech, fintech, and SaaS. So it's more about a technology person, as you see, but also a co-founder as well. So that is somewhat the background that is required. Now, last but not least, let's move again to the right, to the left. I'm sorry, Ryan Edwards. So let's have a look. CEO, co-founder of Cape Technology Company, developing corporate cards, designed to save money, Australian business owners. So, as you can see, most of these the success finance candidate and fintech candidate, they are not really in a technological. They're not engineer. They're not software engineer. They're not programmer. They are more in a senior position. So again, if you're in the finance sector, you gotta ask yourself, first of all, are you in that seniority position in order to pass? So these are serving as a sample. I think will be very good. And if you do, or your friend does have that kind of background, you probably meet the requirement. Anyhow, should you have more questions, more than welcome to leave a comment right down below. And I see you next video. Goodbye.